Well, the worst seems to be over for now, Jamie, but worryingly it has just started raining again. I'm stood on the pavement in the High Street, and even all these hours after the floods subsided, you can still see how deep they are. And the clean-up is underway at the moment, but a stream burst its banks high up in the town and caused fast-flowing water to bring debris around the area, and there's lots of stones and branches across the road, and it's very difficult to get to from at least one side of the town. But as you mentioned, it's not just here that's been affected. We'll find out about the clean-up here in a moment, but first, David Evans looks at the picture around the rest of the country.
Stranded. This driver near Llanrug, Caernarfon, one of many caught out by rising water levels today. There was misery for motorists on the A55 late this afternoon. The road closed in both directions near Talabont due to the volume of water on the surface. Conditions were treacherous on Anglesey after hours of rain fell on saturated ground, flowing like rivers onto the roads. North Wales Fire and Rescue say they've been dealing with hundreds of incidents during the day. This picture was sent by one viewer in Hwst Tryfan near Caernarfon, which was cut off by the flood water. This caravan site near Amlwch on Anglesey was flooded by a nearby river.
It was roughly about an hour ago. I received a phone call from my mother saying she'd also had a phone call to say that the caravans were near enough swimming. The speed that it builds up for it to be this high, I haven't seen it this high in nearly 10 years. Residents
in Amlwch Port were preparing for the worst.
All morning I've been bailing out water from the back door. I woke up this morning, I let the dog out and she jumped out the back door into about 4 inches of water.
Water came uneasily close for these residents in Talwrn near Llangefni.
It's as bad as I've seen for many years, it really is. It has been like this about 20 odd years ago perhaps, but not as bad as this since then.
Not much rain, but these thunderous winds were filmed by the Snowdon Mountain Railway staff on the slopes. In Ceredigion, an oak tree was blown over in Newquay. The Cleddau Bridge in Pembrokeshire was closed this morning. There was nothing wonderful about the Winter Wonderland in Cardiff. It was supposed to open today. That's now been postponed. Conditions are due to improve tonight, but for many across Wales, winter is coming in with a bang.
Well, here in Llanberis, as we said, the clean-up is underway in earnest now, and Sam Bennett is here. She runs the deli here. Vehicles going through, creating waves and things which are not helping the clean-up situation. So, yeah, you've just spent a lot of time sweeping water out, haven't you? Tell us what it was like earlier.
Well, it just happened so quickly. I mean, 1 minute there was just like flooding on either side of the road, and then before I could get everything off the floor, the shop was just filling up, and then at the worst point it was up to the top of that no smoking sign.
So a good foot above that.
Oh yeah, and then inside, luckily it didn't get much further than the skirting boards. So the damage is. I think I've been lucky. I feel sorry for people who've got carpets and things, you know, because, you know, that's probably...
Have you ever seen scenes like this here before?
Never, no. I've been in the village 7 years only, but apparently it's never been this bad. It's never been this bad. I just didn't think it was possible, really, but there you go. I think a lot of it's got to do with drains. I'm not sure.
Sure.
But I think...
So now you and everyone else is helping to clear out. You've got a long night ahead.
Yeah, yeah, at least. And tomorrow. But I've got to be open again as soon as possible, so, yeah.
All right, we'll let you get back to it, and hopefully...
on.
Sam Bennett, thank you very much indeed.
You.
Well, that's the picture here, some dramatic images, and we'll come back to you now, Jamie.
Matt, thank you very much. Let's have a word with Derek. It's a fast-moving picture all afternoon, isn't it?
It certainly was, yes, Jamie. The severe weather was brought to us by a cold front, a very active cold front as well. And I've got the radar pictures to show you. The rain started off over the Irish Sea and then moved its way gradually across Wales. Some torrential, heavy downpours of rain, as you can see by the bright colours. 20 to 50 millimetres of rain has fallen in places. That's 1 to 2 inches. probably more than that, especially on the mountains around Llanberis. Strong to severe gale force winds have battered the country as well, with gusts over 70 miles per hour. Now, thankfully, the worst of the wind and rain is moving away from Wales, but of course there's a lot of water on the ground. Rivers remain very swollen. At the moment there are 2 flood warnings in force and 16 flood alerts. The good news, much drier weather on the way tonight and tomorrow.